US $1 bill. United States $1 bill. It's a private note owned by the US Federal Reserve, United States Federal Reserve. And the United States is probably not the United States of America. It is a Rothschild-owned bank. It owns subsidiary banks all around the world, as well as the Australian Federal Reserve and their retail outlets such as Commonwealth of Australia Bank, Westpac and those types of banks. So they are all owned by this one mother bank, and this mother bank acts as a trustee for the Vatican. The word Jew means banker. In the early modern period, a court Jew or a court factor was a Jewish banker who handled the finances of or lent money to European, mainly German royalty and nobility. In return for their services, court Jews gained social privileges, including, in some cases, being granted noble status. So if this is the case, then the Jews we are talking about is the Vatican Jew. Now the strange thing about this note is people say on this note is written, "In God we trust," is written on here somewhere. And I have asked many people, where does it say, where is it written in English, "In God we trust"? And they say, it says it right there. I says, okay, I can't see it because that's not written in English. They go, yes it is. It's written in English right there. No, it's not. It's not written in English, and it's not written in American Sign Language, and it's not written in Latin. Because when you're using American Sign Language, which is the all uppercase text like this, it follows the grammatical rules of Latin. It does not follow the grammatical rules of English. And then when you're writing in proper upper and lowercase text, because two or more all uppercase letters or hieroglyphic letters does not appear in any form of the English language. It's no part of English. But this note contains no English whatsoever, anywhere. But it also contains no Latin. It contains a thing called debased Latin. The language on this is debased, or it's also called Dog Latin in the Black's Law Dictionary. But Dog Latin in the normal dictionary is debased Latin, which is Latin constructed under the grammatical rules of English, which is a no. It can't be done. But they do it. And what they've done with this is they've created a complete and utter fiction, a fictitious note, a form of a counterfeit, something that's not real. But if you believe it's real, then it's real. It's just like the notes on Monopoly money on the board, the game board Monopoly. Those notes in that game are the notes that relate within the rules of that game. And this is the same. This is a game that they play. This is the US Federal Reserve game. They created this whole thing. I think it's the Rothschild banking thing, probably to do with the Vatican. They've created a complete internal system that is completely and utterly fictitious, debauched, deranged, criminal. Every word, every foul word you could think of is related to the word debased. So is the God that they worship on this, "In God we trust," If this is an illusion, and if Lucifer is the illusion god, the god of the illusions, then is Lucifer or Baphomet or Baal, Satan, is that the god that they are talking about in this note? And if you are a part of any of its subdivisions, such as the Commonwealth of Australia Bank or the Commonwealth of Australia Company, State of Queensland Company, State of Victoria, State of New South Wales, State of Western Australia, if you are a part of any of those states that are not really states at all, they are simply subdivision companies of the US Federal Reserve that worships Baal or Baphomet or Satan. And you've got to remember that Satan is Saturn, comes from the god Saturn, the old Greek or Roman god Saturn. Saturn is now Rome. And in 1973, Whitlam signed the Unidroit Treaty of Rome, the Unidroit Treaty of Saturn, the Unidroit Treaty of Satan. And it's telling you everything here on this note. But because we've been so indoctrinated and we start to read all the writing that's on this note, this sign language, these hieroglyphs, these Egyptian hieroglyphs, we're reading them as English, and we're reading them as if the type on this is English. We're using the grammatical rules of English in order to try and make sense of this note. This is where the term presumption of law comes from, because the government is a complete fiction. It derives from no fact, no grammatical fact. Nothing makes sense grammatically. Hence the term presumption of law, because there is no fact of law appearing. But it really, sensibly, does not make sense at all. Sensibly, it doesn't make sense, because it's a scam. It's a trick. It's a trap. To trap you into a society other than the real society, where you are linked to your birthright and the mineral and energy wealth of your lands are there. And because you've been removed from that society and placed into this society, then they have gone in behind your back and taken your real dominion, which is the real authority to your lands, the real lands that you were born on, not these fictitious countries or these fictitious states. And through the grammatical inability that you've got, you haven't been able to see that this is what it is. This is not real money. This is a fictitious note, and it's telling you on the note and on these Masonic Satan worshippers that created this stuff, it's sort of telling you that it's fake.